What's up, guys? Let me get all this shared. Hold on a minute. All right, hold on just a minute, a bit longer. All right, guys, what's happening, man? I'm just chilling out outside. I saw this all blue jay, and I forget what kind of blue jay they are, but he flew off temporarily, hopefully. So I went live, but he's already flown off with his. Looked like he had a mate he was flying around with. But you see that chair out there in the middle of nowhere? I put a bunch of cat food in that bad boy in the tray on top of that chair because I'm moving the cat's food in closer. Remember, I was just going to do that. And there's a couple of birds let it hit right there, a couple of blue jays, and then they took off from it. So maybe they'll be back. Maybe we'll see some other kind of beautiful birds. We got a clear day today. It's in the 50s. Feels really good out here. Doesn't really feel too cold or anything. We're having really good weather again today, so that's a blessing. And I'm just keeping an eye out for that jaguar rundy and doing a little bird watching. You can hear the birds. They're chirping again. They're back to chirping. I want to see if there's a bird in that tree, but I'm not 100% sure. But I hear one chirping out that way. That's probably him, man. He's been up there chirping for 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's him. What do he do? Fly down? A little turd. He'll be back up there. They get camera shots sometimes. You know, believe that, dude. All the jokers on the internet, boy. This shit's funny. Trash talking communities out there like crazy, boy. You guys crack me up. They think they're doing something. They ain't doing nothing. I'll tell you, they're pathetic. Then you got Fat Tony. He's the only super fat guy that I know that gets offended when you tell him he's fat. Tony, you're fat. You're not just fat. You are way obese. Tony knows he's got so much fat around his neck that when he goes into a voice chat, he sounds like he's snoring while he's just breathing. He can't help it. I think he needs a breathing machine, one of those CPAP machines. There's another fat guy I know who apparently uses one of those, and he says it worked really good. So, but I mean, if I was fat like that, I would admit it. You call me fat, so I'd go, hell yeah, I'm fat. You know, I'd be like that. You know, fuck other people. But now that guy, he's a pretty cool guy. But John Mazza isn't. He's the guy that goes get his sock accounts and goes into all these discourse, stirring up crap, get everybody arguing and fighting and all that. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. People think I'm mad. I don't get mad. I just smile and say, oh, God, here comes this bozo. But I think now y'all can see what I'm talking about when I talk about you can't trust Tony. He's always going to backstab you. He's always going to use his fake accounts to go stir up a bunch of trouble. And he loves his diaper gang. I mean, if you ain't got a blown out booty hole, you cannot be in Tony's diaper gang. That's real talk. I mean, you got to have a blown out booty hole to be in that gang. And that's just the way it is, man. And the diaper gang goes around stirring up as much crap with everybody as they can because they think they're doing something. They're not doing anything. They're wasting their lives away, doing nothing, absolutely nothing. And I could have sworn I seen that Jaguar Rundy tromping around out in that grass back there, but I don't know. Probably not. Okay, I might have been seeing things. But yeah, I just got out here. I should have been out here earlier today, but I had a lot to do earlier today. Dealing with my girlfriend in Africa and talking to people in her family. One of them lives here. Part of her family lives here, so that's pretty cool. And she's a big help. She's a real big help. If I ever want to send Mariama anything, I just send it to her, and she takes it with her. Like her dad or whoever in the family is going to visit Sierra Leone, they just take it with them and give it to her. So it cuts out all of the mail, all of that trouble and all that. But I was really hoping to see that bluebird, man. That's a beautiful bird, man. He's all blue except for like his wings. The wings, they're not all blue. They're more of a different layered brown color, kind of like, forest type of wooded brown color. It's pretty cool looking bird. But blue, blue, blue. I mean blue, blue. Not sky blue, none of that. It's a very dark blue bird. Not that dark. It's blue. So I don't know what kind of blue jay it is, but it's not one that you're going to see every day. But if they're flying around here right now, I'm hoping we get to see it again. And blue jays, beautiful birds, man. We got a lot of the yellow jay birds here, and predominantly the majority of them that we have are eastern jay birds. And there is one called a yellow jay bird, but I've only seen that bird down like fly through here like maybe a couple times at the most. But when there are a lot of them flying around and I'm showing the phone out through here and birds are flying around, you're going to see a lot of the eastern jaybird flying around. He's got a yellow belly. Pretty bird. But the blue jay is so rare, that one there, for me to see, that I might have to catch him on a live stream if I can. But they were here and gone so fast, there wasn't no getting him on a live stream, like whatsoever. Oh, there we go. I could just kind of prop my phone up like that. Damn, that's a nice tray to have. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. And his name was Tony. Oh, poor Tony. Yeah, poor Tony. He thought he was going to stir up a bunch of crap, sit back and start laughing. But it didn't work because Tony's a loser. He's a fat boy. He even pretended Wendy left the Discord because of those bad posts T-Bot was making. They're not even any worse than what you guys do when you're attacking me with your bullshit. So I don't want to hear it. It's just one you're reading and the other one you're looking at. And it's still not as bad as half the crap you guys come up with. Oh, you're bullshit. So I don't want to hear it, Tony. I don't want to hear it. Just sit back and enjoy the fun. That's all. Don't worry, Harry. When I get back upstairs, I'm probably going to be calling another police department on your ass because I'm going to look up another address. See what we find. Now, I'm pretty sure by the time I get through all your addresses that, damn, we're gonna have a documentary we're gonna have to do on your ass. I'm pretty sure everywhere you've lived, you stabbed some old people in the back and killed them, right? I didn't realize chat was going. Do I live in a house? Yeah, I do. I live in a big house. Really big house. It's nice. It's nice out here. We got right at 18 acres. I think it's 17.8 to be exact. So it's right at 18 acres. And we got a lot of eagles and we got a lot of falcons and a lot of hawks that live back here in the back property back here. Like all over this thing, all the way down. We got the jaguar rundi living back there and all that. Now, see, jaguar rundis, they'll live in the trees. They get up in the tree and go to sleep right there. They don't care. And there's plenty of big enough trees back there for them to turn into a den sort of thing. But I brought the food up this way a little bit. I'm hoping to get that jaguar rundi to eating that food up here. I only seen 2 birds trying to eat out of it so far. None of the rest are eating out of it. So it's not the birds eating it. There's always going to be a couple of birds go down there and get a couple of packs of food, but that don't really mean a whole lot. You know, Jay, you know where I live. What the hell are you asking that kind of question for? Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, this is a pretty nice freaking day. I'm surprised we're not seeing a lot of large birds out flying around too much. There must be some golden eagles around here somewhere. It's not normal to not have a lot of big birds flying around on a regular basis. But it's been cold too, so then there's that. And right now we're having a lot of migrating birds come through. The birds that migrate, they're a lot more aggressive than birds that are pretty much stationary. So, and because every time they migrate into another bird's territory, and they're gonna set up shop for a while, and then feed for a while in that area before they get enough, nutrients, they can go up and migrate again. And they just keep doing this. They kind of hopscotch all the way through to where from point A to point Z, wherever they're migrating to. So when they land here, for example, they're going to be aggressive towards the other birds whose territory they're in. See, and if they can't run them birds off, then they're not going to feed. They'll have to go to another area to feed. So that's why you predominantly see the more aggressive birds migrating. Now, when it comes to ducks, you don't have too much of that because they're pretty much going to outnumber the swan or goose or anything else in a given body of water. That even if they're a bigger bird and they can whoop them, they generally are going to eventually accept their area to feed in, and they're part of the water that you're given. And if it's like a really big body of water, then when the goose kind of float around there to their side, then you'll see the ducks kind of swim away from them because they don't want no crap in them big birds. They don't have to. But ducks will stand up to them sometimes and get their bites in. And the goose, they're not going to continue to fight too many of those ducks before, they start getting some serious bodily injury. So predominantly all you ever see is you might see, say, one of the bigger birds that are floating around in the water go up to the leader of the duck pack and whoop its ass and tell it, you need to move over there now. We're over here. That'd be about it. And the ducks will move because that's it. They're going to move. And so you don't see a lot of too much aggression from them birds that much. But the land birds, like your eagles and hawks, you see a lot more aggression from those kind of birds. So yeah, it's kind of like that. Dun 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 dun. So what's everybody doing today, man? I'm just hanging out, enjoying the sunset. I heard Relentless, uh, Big Wolfie said Relentless has Jaguar Rundies living in her backyard also. So I'm very interested in seeing some pictures of that. I don't know if that's all that true or not. They're a very rare cat, but she does live in New Mexico, I believe, and so it's not that far fetched. Since in 2018, somebody got I believe, a video of one of them in New Mexico. That one there is the cougar uh, color. Predominantly, you're going to be able to tell them apart. You're not going to get them confused. One cat to the other. Cougars got bigger teeth, for example, but and they're a wider body all the way through. The Jaguar Rundi has a very slender body, like its rib cage is very slender compared to any other large cat. So they're very distinctive in the way that they look or their physical features that they have. God, it's a beautiful day out here. I tell you, this is just absolutely beautiful. I should sit in that chair over there so you can see the sky behind me, but I'll show it occasionally because look at that clear blue sky. We only got one little spot of clouds right there. That's about it. Ain't that something? And it's probably a jet stream as far as I know. Looks like a jet might have been going from lower to upper, but it could be clouds. The jet flying. Oh, look, woodpecker. Oh, did you see him? That's that woodpecker. You can go look him up. He's got the two little white spots, one on each wing, underneath his wing. You hear him? You can go up there and chirp, 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 just like the other one. This one sounds a little different. He's a different one from the one that you've been seeing a lot of. He's a little bit different. He's a different breed of woodpecker, but it's a pretty big one too. That's another big woodpecker. We got a lot of smaller ones here, but around these parts, it's mainly the bigger woodpeckers that you're gonna see. I only see the smaller woodpeckers like once in a while. But those things are about the same size as a jaybird almost. The bigger one is the real big woodpecker. That's a healthy bird. There ain't no jaybird gonna mess with these woodpeckers. They're just not. A woodpecker will own that ass if they try to mess with it. Come on, kitty, 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 kitty. Come get your cat food. So I moved the cat food up here almost halfway. You sit in the yard, that chair. That's right. And there's a pan in that chair. If you look real hard, it's black, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it. And I got the cat food inside that mixed with a can of cat food. Now the kind of dried cat food that I got it's got fish and shrimp and stuff like that in it. It's a healthy kind. It's not a diet kind. Somebody said, "Why did you get your cat diet cat food?" It's not diet cat food. It's a healthy cat food. And because I'm feeding a wild animal, it makes sense that he's going to need that kind of food. So I bought him a better grade of food. And then you just take the uh, fish flavored canned cat food and you just mix it all in. Like I mix it like crazy. I mix it a lot. So it's all mixed in real good together and it's all mushed all in with that dry food. And because I want to make sure this cat's not just eating the canned food because that wouldn't be as healthy for him. So in order to eat that, he's got to eat all the dry cat food too. I almost said dog food. And so if I keep moving it up closer and closer, if he keeps eating it closer and closer to the house, then I might cut him off for a couple of days. And I'll bet you he comes walking up here wanting some cat food, looking around for something to eat. That's the plan. That's the plan. Or to get him up here in broad daylight, just feeding out of the pan, whichever. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. This damn cat is smart, man. He laid out there and waited for some rodent or fox or something to go up meet that food the other night. And I wasn't the only one that heard it. That some bitch yelled out for about 5 minutes. I swear to God, for a long time. It was spooky. But I just kind of smiled at the same time because it's the nature of the beast, you know. Wild animals, they kill each other to survive. It's just in their nature. That's the way they eat. So if they didn't do that, then they would just die off, right? So I'm pretty sure it was a large rodent, though. Probably a possum or some kind of rodent like that. There goes that woodpecker. Where's that fucking plane at? I don't see him. There he goes. That's a good sized plane there. It looks like it could be a little cargo plane, or, you know, if you go put a bunch of people in, you could fly it. God, it was a wild plane. There's a private airport back that way over there, so whatever it is, it's a private plane, probably a private charter plane. You know, these billionaires, they got investments south of the border in Mexico, Central America, believe it or not, some of them, and especially South America. So when they need to go down there, they either grab their plane or they grab a charter plane and go. If their plane is in maintenance, for example, they would grab a charter plane. But something like that is not a jet, so it's probably somebody who's not necessarily a billionaire, but he's got, you know, a few $100 billion kind of thing, and he don't want to spend that much money on a jet plane, so he'll buy something like that. And it's economical, so why not? If you don't really got to go that far, you know, if you're just going down to Mexico to check on your business, well, that's kind of a good plane to have. Really. Otherwise, you got to fire up a freaking jet just to go to Mexico. That don't even make a lot of sense economically, but to a billionaire, I guess they wouldn't care, right? What's money to a billionaire? They're never going to spend all that money, right? So fuck it. Fire up the jet. Let's go. Shit. It must be nice. It must be nice. So it must be nice. But again, like I said, we have beautiful weather. It's the only clouds out right now. It's that little streak right there and a little really low clouds right here. And that's it. That's all I'm seeing. Oh wait, we got a row of clouds coming in over here. It looks pretty. That's beautiful, isn't it? With that formation of just a row, you can see where it's like a wave coming at you or rolling in. A beautiful looking set of clouds. But the rest of it is beautiful. You can tell the sun's starting to set back behind me here on the other side of the house. Hey, finally some birds. Check that out. Looks like two different breeds of birds. Those look like some kind of sparrow-sized bird. Most people just call them sparrows, but they're really probably not. Most birds that people call sparrows actually have a different name. You know, from one breed to another, they all look different. That's pretty cool. One of them landed in that tree right here, and that one there looked like he had different colors to him. He might be that little small rainbow-looking bird. I've been seeing them here the last couple of days. I haven't caught one in a live stream yet, though, and I hope he comes close enough you can see the colors on him. They're very beautiful little birds. But he looked like that bird, and it could be him. So hopefully, we'll see if he flies this way. What kind of bird he is. He's got some coloring to him, though, whatever he is. We got parrots down here. We got parakeets. We got the rainbow bird. which is basically a parakeet. I think. I don't know if it's in the parakeet family or not. Don't give me a line on that one. I don't really know. But we do have a lot of large array of beautiful birds down here. It's the cool part about living right here. The number one great feature about living here is that this is the bird watching capital of North America, right here where I live. But apparently we get our dry spell where you don't see a lot of falcons flying around or anything. But I've seen a few falcons flying this week. It's just they're far and few between. Boy, we got some big, huge falcons living here. I didn't even know they got that big. I thought falcons, all of them were smaller, medium-sized birds. I didn't think they got big like that. But we got some falcons here. We got like 10-foot wingspan. Like, Jesus Christ, what kind of bird that's a falcon? What kind of falcon is that big? You know, you would think maybe a 2.5 to 3.5 foot wingspan. That's on one wing. That's about as big as you would think a falcon gets. But yet I've shown you at least a couple of different breeds out here that are much larger than that. Like 4.5 foot wingspan. That's freaking huge. That is huge. That's just a really enormous falcon. So living out here has really humbled me in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to birds, because I've seen so many birds out here I just never got to see before in my life, and a lot of birds I didn't even know existed, at least in Texas. I thought, you know, maybe they exist somewhere in South America or Africa, but no, we got them right here. So it's pretty cool. Hey, look, we got the moon out again. Can we call that a blue moon? Somebody gonna start singing that Elvis song? Blue Moon Hawaii. However that song goes. I never did. I mean, when I was younger, I kind of liked that song because it was a different type of song for Elvis, but I'm kind of like, Blue Moon. What? Okay. Whatever. Keep it dynamic, baby. We're going to do some bird watching tonight, and if they don't fly, they don't fly. If they're flying, they're flying. If they ain't, they ain't. I don't see a jaguar Rundi over here. He might not even come and get that food, but he's been eating out of the pan. I know that, but he's been feeding at night. He might be a little scared. You know, animals play games. They're natural hunters. They're natural prey for other animals. So I imagine me feeding him like this. He probably comes up here and he'll probably sit out there for a couple of hours and wait for me to go inside and then kind of look around, sneak on up, eat most of that cat food, and then go lay back down, lick his paws and shit in his mouth, you know. And then he'll sit down there and wait for one of them animals to come up and feed on that. I bet you that's what he's going to do tonight. And then he'll jump out and grab that son of a bitch. And when it stops screaming, he'll just grab him by the neck and carry him off to his family for his family to eat. Cats are smart, boy. They are tremendously smart hunters. This one here seems like he's really smart. He's in no way a dumb cat. I just think they're a pretty cool looking cat. It's pretty cool to have one living back here like that. Oh, I can hear a bird chirping back there. It's a woodpecker. It's that woodpecker pecking. Now he's chirping. Chirp, 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 chirp. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Boy, you never know. At any second, you could see a big hawk just fly on through here, or a falcon, or maybe a big kite bird. About 2-3 weeks ago, I was seeing a lot more kite birds, and I was getting them really confused. I didn't know whether it was a hawk or what, you know. But I go look them up, and it turned out to be a kite. The birds that are kites, they're never a solid color. No kite that lives down here is a solid color. So if you see a bird that is a solid color, it's not a kite. Like that blackbird we saw the other day, I went and looked that thing up, and it's either I forgot what kind of hawk, but it's either a hawk or it could be a vulture. It could be there's a vulture that has white on it, but this one here was all jet black, and it just had the little white circles under each wing. So if you could help me look at it, find out what kind of bird that is, I'd appreciate it. I have not found a picture exactly matching that bird yet, and I've looked a lot of them up. I'm pretty sure it's not a falcon. So I kind of rule out the falcons because I looked up every black falcon out there, and it's definitely not a falcon. It's not a kite bird. It's got to be a hawk or an eagle, but I just haven't found one that matches an all black bird with the white rings under it. Now I thought it had a black beak. That being the case, it would probably be a hawk, but I haven't found a hawk that matches that either. Most all your eagles have either a yellow or an orangish shade to their beak, predominantly yellow though. So I couldn't really tell 100%, but I'm pretty sure on the beak when this bird was black. Otherwise, it would have flashed, you know, some type of color. So I don't know, guys. It's either that Australian eagle, and so it could be. Uh, and it very well. I'm kind of said it's the black vulture, and there's probably two of them. While one took off one direction, and the other one came back landing in the backyard at the nest. So for right now, I'm going to call it a black vulture until I keep looking, and if I can find that exact pattern on that, because I found some black vultures that look a lot like that bird, about the same size, all that, large bird with the white rings under it, but they had white on the tail. This bird didn't have any white on the tail. And that's my biggest problem with it. And then some of them had the white underneath, and then they had a little bit of white on the wingtip. But this bird does not match the description of any of the hawks that are black. So the closest thing to it is the black vulture, but all the black vultures seem to have white on them also. There goes that woodpecker. Look at it. Oh, that's that woodpecker with the white underneath his wing. He's always flying up here to me, and they're flying right up here, and he'll perch up there and chirp for a while. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. Probably want me to feed him some more bread. You gotta wait till tomorrow, bitch. Oh boy. I got these birds spoiled. I tell you what, man. That's why I don't feed them too often. They got, you know, you don't want to get them too tame. Look at that beautiful coloring back there in the sky developing. As the sun sets back here on the other side of the house, we got the moon right there, and then that orange sandusky color kind of moving in on the clouds. Pretty cool. And it, of course, it'll come this way as it gets darker and darker. God, I wish that Jaguar Rooney popped his head out. It's a long baiting game here. Got to keep baiting him until he comes out and feeds him so we can get him on live stream. Dun, 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 dun. Anybody heard from Wits? Somebody go tell Wits come on in here. He can come in my live stream. I want to see that big old ass head of his. I ain't never seen nobody with a head that big before. Damn, that's some good coffee. Ooh, I can make some perfect coffee, let me tell you. Coffee perfectamundo, baby. That's me. Dun, 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 dun. And you know, this is more of a generic brand of coffee that I bought. I forget what it's called, but I just bought it for downstairs here. A little bit cheaper than the name brand Folgers, but they got a medium roast and medium dark roast, and it's really good. It's a lot better than I thought. And some kind of, I'll probably just start buying this quite more often. I don't know though. Folgers, I love Folgers, and I'll go back to it time again. Prices are going up on everything, but one thing I can say is they've been able to keep the coffee prices down. Have you noticed that? Some products they've not risen the prices on like that, and coffee's one of them. It really hasn't gone up. Maybe a little bit, but not like you see these other products going up. How much does a dozen eggs cost where y'all live? Like down here, you're gonna pay $6, $7 for just one dozen eggs. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. And you buy a package of 18, you're gonna pay $9 or more. And I'm thinking, God dang, for eggs? Hell, we got eggs right here in America. What the hell we need to? We're not spending a lot of money to import that shit. And the only thing I could think of is the gas prices are double what they were when Trump was president. So even though they never lowered the price of eggs when Trump was president, he lowered the price of gas from 360 an hour. I mean 360 a gallon to $1.55 a gallon, or maybe a little more in some places. But now gas here, instead of $1.50, for example, is way over $3. Now it's like 320, 340, right in that price range. And so why are they raising the price of everything like that? There's just price gouging, I think. The big companies that are doing these eggs. I tell you what's not gone up is the local eggs. The local farming eggs, you still buy them at the same price that you could 5 years ago. So I don't know what's up with the egg industry, but they need to get it fixed. They need to get that under control. Still no Jaguar Rundy and no large birds tonight. Usually this time of the night, on before it gets really dark, or maybe even right after it gets dark, we'll see a large bird flying back in here to its nest at a minimum. So I got to be ready to flip this phone around real quick so you can get a good look at it. Scratch my eyelid right here, and man, I think it's starting. A little infected right there. Hey, y'all remember when I got that about a year ago when I got that jalapeno juice in my eyes? Really screwed them up. That's what that is. It still affected me a little bit in that one eye. And just a little bit, but it's enough to really irritate it. And if I go to scratch at it, it really irritates my eye real bad. I know I need to stop doing that and use eye drops. But you know how us guys are. We're not going to listen to crap. Oh, I can feel it getting colder now. Finally, temperature's dropping real good, real good. It's definitely got to be down in the 40s, probably about 48 degrees. I bet right now. I haven't looked, but I bet you it's in the 40s. I don't know about y'all, but God, that's beautiful. Just you can just sit here and look at the moon, relax, like kind of like meditating almost. I've never been big into meditating, but meditation is good for you once in a while, if you ask my opinion. You set your thoughts straight in your head, just having some quiet time alone and just concentrating on getting the right thoughts in your head and the right thoughts out of your head. To me, it does work to a certain degree. Well, I guess the woodpecker went and nested up. He probably felt that cold breeze coming in and said, "Fuck this shit, I'm going home." I got that seafood dry cat food out there in that chair in the bowl, and I got fish canned cat food that I mixed in real good with all of that cat food right there. So when he comes up to eat it, he's gonna have to eat all that. It's real good and healthy for him, so he'll get a full belly. Then he can leave some for some dumbass rodent to try to get up there and eat, and he'll sneak out and grab that bastard up, take him back to his nest or den, take him back to his den for his family to eat. Boy, he got him a big one the other day. I mean, it had to be a possum or I don't know what it was. It could have been a fox or some type of wild dog, but I ain't seen no wild dogs running around here. I ain't seen no foxes in quite a while, so I'm assuming it's probably a very large rodent. Which is good. That's a good thing about having a wild cat running around out here like that. He's definitely going to take care of the rodent problem. I haven't seen a rat once. And it's kind of rare, if you live out where there's a field around, all the way around the house, and on the other side of the house, there's a big field, but it's all peach trees. Usually you're going to see a rat or two throughout the year, but since this cat's been here, I have not seen a single rat. So he's doing a good job on them rats. Oh, got the lights up over there. Sounds like probably a birthday party going on. Any reason to celebrate right there at that house, and they're having a celebration. They must have 7 or more celebrations out of the year. Maybe a lot more than that, but they're always playing loud music and having a good time over there. And that Jaguar Rooney ain't popped his head out yet. And talking don't affect him because I was sitting up here, me and Jim was talking. Jim was over there and I was right here. And the Jaguar Rooney walked right past us right here first time I seen him. So talking does not bother him at all. He's not scared of people whatsoever. It's just a matter of him feeling comfortable enough to come out here and eat. Because it's a little more open for him to have to come out there and grab that food right there. So we'll see. We'll see if he does or not. Little bastard's been eating it at night after I go inside. I might have to run down and buy a spotlight or something. Maybe a tripwire, right? put the food inside a semi box or something. And then when he trips a wire, the light will turn on and I can get a picture of him or get him in a video or something. That might scare him off. I don't want to do that. There's a good way to do that. If you get like a flashlight. Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay, sorry. You can get like a floodlight, any kind of light, and then up inside the light, you just put your string in between the connection and then a wire, and then when that thing gets pulled all the way, then it's gonna be all metal on metal, and then it'll come on. In case you're wondering, you can put it on the ground. You don't want to put it on the positive, but if you put it on the ground wire and turn it on, and then put it on the ground wire, when that string flies through there, and then at the end of it's that wire, then you got your ground connecting all the way through, and your light will come on. For those of you people out there that didn't know how to do that, it's not that hard to do at all. It's really not. You just unscrew. You got to pop a hole in that thing right where you need the rope to come through, and you stick the wire and the rope through there, a little piece of metal and the rest rope all the way around that sucker, and then put it up somewhere, and then it'll shine down on it. So I should not know those things, but I do. Look at that. The orange is coming in, and the moon is up, baby. Got a good view of the moon tonight, or this evening, actually. Been up there for a while. Just think how long that moon's been there. People come, people go, but that moon is still there. Hey, hey, baby. Now, who wouldn't want to own a luxury resort on the moon and have the money to make it like a shuttle to go back and forth, take people up there for vacation? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Wonder what it'd be like to be in a jacuzzi up on the moon. You splash the water and it takes it a while to go up and come back down. Oh wow, what was that? That bird had some yellow on it. You know what? It had some orange on it too. That's one of those. If you Google jaybirds, that's one of those black birds that's got the coloring on it. They're pretty rare around here. I've seen them here before. It's another bird that you do see around here, but there's just not like a crap load of them. You know, like that all blue jaybird I saw earlier. I'll be lucky to get him on a live stream ever. He's that rare. He's that quick in and out. But it's quite possible I will get him. And some other birds I've shown on my live streams that are just not that plentiful. Now, the kiskadee birds and birds like that, when they're out flying a lot around here, you see a lot of those, right, in my live stream. But you don't see a lot of those birds. I forget what they're called. It's a certain type of blackbird, and they got a little orange mainly on them. But to see them with the yellow on them, that's very rare. It's very rare, but that's definitely a jaybird. There's not even any question about that. Usually they got the orange spot on their wings, and that's probably what we were seeing. But his wing moving so fast, it probably looked like it's on the side of his head or something, or his body. But it's not. It's actually on his wings. A couple of sparrows flying. I can't believe that jaguar Rundy ain't coming up here during the day and getting that food. I don't know why he's being so shy about eating that food. But I got a feeling we're going to see him probably within the next week or two. He probably thinks I'm trying to trap him, but I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't hurt that cat for nothing. But he's definitely probably out there kind of scoping the area out. He's not that hungry. If he was really hungry, he'd already be out there eating that food. He could be laying out there to wait for another animal to go up there and eat it so he can kill them, eat the food, and then drag that dead body back to his den. Look at that moon. That moon is so beautiful, isn't it? Ah, that's a beautiful moon. That's just a beautiful moon. Anybody wants that old broke down dually out there? You lay a reasonable price on it, I'll bet you can get it cheap. So what's going on out there in the real world? What y'all up to anyway tonight? You see, I got a very relaxful day out here today. Got some kind of little, probably a birthday party or something going on over there. This is our closest neighbors right here, where you see this clump of trees right here. That's our closest neighbors. And then along that main road there, you see a bunch, all that road would be a bunch of houses, but they're on the other side of his property. And his property also goes way back down in there, like this one does. And then the guy that owns this property owns one next to it, but the houses, well, it's pretty good little distance over there. I've shown it before. And then I think they own the property after that. So they own quite a bit of land here. And then back behind us over here, there ain't nothing but like super rich people live on that street. Yeah, you're not getting on that street if they don't want you there. When is the Jaguar Rundy coming out? I got the food right there in that chair right there. I got seafood, dry food, and I got, it's supposed to be a really healthy food. And then I got the seafood, well, the fish. I got the fish flavored food in a can. And it's supposed to be real fish, but you never know. Cheap bastards, how they make that food. But yeah. So anyways, that's what I'm baiting it with to get it on the live stream. So tell me what you're thinking, baby. Woo! Poor Topher, he's just not happy in life. You gotta learn to be happy, man. Smile and just let the whole world smile with you. All this hate and discontent, y'all are flopping around with your mouths. Oh my God, you guys are funny. You're like the little retard that just keeps on being a retard, like, I don't know. You're like the retard that keeps going into that Triple X porn site that just, I won't see my girlfriend. I'll bet you there's some of them retards that get on there and click onto one of them porn sites that starts talking to them nude women like they're really their girlfriend, right? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. We got a few of them in KAF like that. I mean, look at Spartan. That guy, he'll sit down his phone and just start talking and talking. And then Lisa, she might be on a whole nother conversation with other people. And then Spartan, he's laughing about shit that he's talking about, thinking that she's listening to him. She ain't even heard a word he said. That guy is dumb. And I'm not sorry for that, Spartan, but you're one of the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life. You're dumber than Kenneth. You're dumber than Harry Brogan. And that's a whole lot of stupid right there. I got to tell you. That's a whole lot of stupid. Oh, yes, it is. You'll know when you see that Jaguar Rundy because he's a whole lot longer than that little chair sitting out there. Kitty, 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 kitty. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty. Meow. Meow. Gotta give him a little cat calls. I don't know if that's gonna coax him to come up here or coax him to wait. I don't know. He might not even be over here. He might be way the hell out, like a mile or so out that way hunting. I guarantee you he'll make his way through here though. And when he does, he's gonna be happy because he got a big old thing of cat food right out there. Well, I'm not ready to give up just yet, but I do need a coffee warm up. Maybe he'll think I went inside. Anything good on the tube?
Got her behind, knocked her to the ground. 8 years.
I'll wait for that cat, but he ain't coming up. He's not coming up like nighttime.
I'm gonna start my barbecue. There's some steak stuff in it.
Oh,
Start up the grill. Throw a couple of T-bones. I go get them.
yeah, I know one time when we had that chicken, and everybody was throwing chicken right out here. You know, after the
You
80s.
probably can do Sunday. Sunday we can do. Yeah, we can grill Sunday.
Yeah. Well, you could tell it was that cat that got it because he took all of it right down to the edge of the house, so he could see in both directions. And he put all those bones over there and ate it. I thought that was so funny.
You wanna work tonight at 11:30?
Oh, I guess I could.
You wanna go?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna leave probably by 10. Okay. You can deal blackjack.
Okay. 6:30. That's plenty of time.
Let me help you.
I might need my shirt iron.
Okay.
God dang, they make these things adult proof, don't they? I'm getting it, but it's gonna take me a while to get it done.
Está bonito eso.
Well,
Te mueres rápido. Porque si no vas a estar bien, también te estás subiendo el hombre. Déjame le mando un mensaje a Mercedes. No había mandado a Mercedes.
I've been buying the generic brand of creamer because the creamer's gone up quite a bit too.
yeah, it's gone up. Even the coffee, everything.
Everything's expensive.
You know what hasn't gone up too much?
Chicken.
Local eggs.
Yeah.
Local eggs are still about the same.
About
And then he doesn't. She goes, I have dreams all the time that I'm dead before we come.
The macaroni and cheese is back down to about $1. 59 cents instead of 50 cents, but it's still back down. It was way up in price. No, I'm good. Good, thank you. It looks good though. Yeah. I'm full. I'm trying to watch my intake. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, turning that back on. What's going on? Anybody? Anybody? Kitty, kitty, kitty. It's too hot to drink that yet. Oh my word. Oh my word. So I'm sitting out here. I got a good full moon view out here, pretty much full moon. And a clear sky. I can't ask for better than this time of year. And I'm pretty sure it's down in the 40s already, probably about 48, 47. Just wait for that Jaguar Rooney to come up. We was talking inside about maybe doing a little we might do a little cookout, like chicken, something like that. Well, we do a little cookout out here. That Jaguar Rooney will be up here waiting for the scrap. That's guaranteed. Oh, I had to fart real good. Dun 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 dun. Full moon, baby. We got a full moon going. Well, we didn't have enough clouds to get that orange in the clouds across here, so we got no clouds to see, so it just is what you see. Very clear day with a beautiful moon. That moon, it ain't gonna get no more beautiful than that. Unless it comes up, this way a little bit, gets a little closer. That's the best you can hope for. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, guys, it's getting too dark to be live streaming, and I don't see the Jaguar Rooney. If I see him, I'll go live. If I don't see him, I'm not going back live because I'm busy all night tonight. So good day. Spread the love and not the hate. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. How about that?